And when I look at that, I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. So look at that. Look at those ones. That guy looked like Elon at the top right there. No, it's what I thought about. This the type shit. All right, what's going on? How we doing today, bro? What's happening? What's happening?
Great, bro.
Bro, your background crazy, dog. Explain your background.
I don't even know, bro. I just grabbed it from Mid-Journey. I thought it was
choose
cool.
anything. Well, today is actually crazy still. There's a lot of things happening. Why is everybody mad at Elon? How that work?
So I want to know what you think about that. Have you been seeing like what he's been doing?
Well, I see what he's been doing, and really and truly, the things that he's been doing, it don't even seem that wrong. It just seemed like a normal business move, where it's just like, it's the first time I've ever seen like the government departments take like a business approach, and then you see how people respond to when like it's a business approach being taken to these things, right?
Yeah, it's really
everybody
funny,
knows
bro.
Naturally in business, you want to make money. Of course, we're trying to make money, but the whole point, the whole way you can even make money is by cutting expenses. You cannot really make money without cutting expenses. It's the same with business. It's the same with your personal life. It's the same with everything. You literally have to cut expenses in order to actually make things work. And you have to cut expenses in order to like turn profits very easily, right? So when I see somebody making a move like this, and then I see people mad at that, I'm just like, bro, how? I see the USAID, they're going berserk when it comes on to like just seeing somebody just cutting expenses so normally. But to be honest, I kind of see where they're coming from when it comes on to certain one of the things, like certain of the little like programs that they're cutting, because some of those programs are very important in terms of like they help feed different schools, they feed like countries, and they help people like support the public schools and things like that. Have you seen those things?
Yeah, but my question is, should the US be doing that in other countries? What does that have to do with the US?
I mean, most of those countries, I feel like it have a lot to do with the US, because we either get exports, imports from them, we either like do a bunch of trades with them. And then you have to understand, like the US, America on a whole is like a giant, right? So when you have giants like this with extra resources, you technically are, it's like let's put it like this. Think of America as a billionaire, right? And majority of the times, the way how billionaires are made, on their journey to become a billionaire, they made a bunch of millionaires, right? You see what I'm saying? So,
but you're talking about giving money to other people.
That's what I'm saying. So they're
just giving it.
Well,
just giving it, not like value for value. We're talking about, oh, I'm just gonna send money there.
Well, I understand, but you have to remember, the US been supporting countries like this for years, to a point where their whole game plan, their whole ecosystem revolves around the money that they get from this. So just imagine when a country like, because remember, every administration that came in, it's the first time people take the approach and say, hey, look, we'll get rid of these things, right?
Well, I mean, we looked, the last episode we did, we actually went through where administration did stop a lot of these things. If you remember it.
Well, yeah, they did stop a lot of these things, but some of the programs and projects that's been happening in some of these other countries, it's just been happening for so long that I don't even think the country can even like, I don't even think they even remember how to operate without having these
without
these handouts. So
then it made those other countries weaker because they became so dependent on the larger country.
But this is why you have to understand, right? Because how leverage play a part in this. The US smart, whoever, all of the administration is smart, because if you think about it like this, right? When a country is indebted to you, and when a country depends on you for certain things, I know you might look at it as just, okay, wasteful, we're doing these things for this country, but you have to think about it as a play, because whenever certain things need to happen, whenever things need to get done, whenever like a decision needs to be made, they can use the fact that they're supporting the entire country as leverage to say, hey, like, this is why you guys should listen to us. This is why, if you don't listen to us, we're going to cut these things and we're going to make sure that you guys like understand. It's the same thing what happened with the tariffs in Canada, because they know that we do more like imports and stuff like that. They do more imports. They depend on the US more. So when the US come out with a rule, when the US saying that, hey, like we're doing this new thing now, it's kind of hard for like people to just say, hey, we're going to disagree. We don't really need anything from you guys. So I feel like it's a leverage play. What do you think?
I can see that. I can see that it's a leverage play. They can push certain political initiatives, ideologies, but doing it to the point where you make the citizens of your country weaker by inflation. You're taking their tax dollars, sending it to that country, and then hiking up taxes on your people, making your people poorer. At that point, I don't think that's a good move. You're basically ending up in a deficit trying to look good instead of making your country stronger. That's how I'm looking at it.
Well, that is
like
true.
You basically, yeah. And a lot of it is some like LGBTQIA stuff, like some transgender initiatives they're pushing, some things that don't really, they're not like just helping people there. They're like funding some trans operas, some trans comic books, some trans movies, some things that like, okay, what are we really doing?
Yo, you know, all right, so even before this whole saga kind of happened, we always been wondering like why that was going on. And when you really look at it, it's the people who is in charge, right? Because when you look at like the DEI thing that's happening and a bunch of acceptance, if you even look at the fact, like, I can't even believe there was a executive order of like Trump actually having to sign an executive order for like men can't participate in women's sports.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that was already known. I feel like we should already just like, that's a no-brainer thing. But just the fact that we have to make it known is just kind of insane, because the women's sports thing, I just think that like, bro, why we even a debate against that? Like, why? You understand? So I just see things like that and I see moves like that, and I'm just like, okay, I get why them spending some of the money for the leverage, like part of it. But when it comes on to just spending on a bunch of like equalization, gender accepting, like, bro, there was so many genders before they just stated that there was just one gender, right? There's just so many. There's just so many different things. People just claim that, hey, like, this is what I identify as. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose. And people, like, we just been going down like a road where people genuinely think that you actually get to choose. So I look at those things and I'm just like, bro, you can't negotiate these things. You can't question these things. People trying to argue on top of these things, and then you just say, you know what, it's all good. You can't win them, because the way how I see how like the people from USAID just so passionate about having those programs cut, you're actually wondering if those people are like getting kickbacks, like if those people are making money from that, right?
That's my thing, bro. It seems like they're getting like huge kickbacks, like $1 million a year or 2 million, just like getting something solid.
Too. So a couple of weeks ago when I went to Florida, bro, or probably like a month ago, I went to Florida. I literally met a guy, like one of my friends, and he was telling us about some government program. This was before all of this start, bro. All of this start. And he was telling us about some government programs where people working from home and they're not really working. They just like say they're working.
Of course they're not. Of course.
Exactly. And them saying like, because when people actually started working from home during COVID, some of those people just never came back. They just never came back. And some of those people have literally other jobs and them still getting paid, right?
Yeah.
So when I see things like that, bro, I'm just, and this was before this entire thing, the election, before the election gets so serious, before everything happened. I'm just like, bro, this wasn't even it's like everything me and this guy spoke about just actually start make sense now. Because at the time when he was telling me, I never really cared. Like it wasn't something that I care about. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm just like, people probably do that all around. That's my
Yeah.
argument. My argument. But
Yeah.
now you can actually see it and you say, yo, this actually went viral. People never know this shit. And it's so
Yeah.
crazy when I see just how they're dealing with it, how they're treating it, and just how mad people are when it comes on to just the funding being cut. But what's your take on a lot of these things when it comes on to like seeing most people just being upset about like the budget cutting?
So I think they're just following like it's like all right, there's the bigger heads that are really getting the kickbacks.
Yeah.
And then they're telling the people that don't understand, like, yo, you guys should be mad. Elon has your social security. Elon is doing all these things. Like,
Yeah.
what is Elon doing with your social security? Like, he's not gonna steal your money. Like, like, what is he really doing with this information?
No, I see that point when a lot of these people mad about those private like information that he has. But if you really understand still, when you're operating from a business perspective, that's all leverage to him. Because if you think about it, that give him so much leverage between his businesses to understand the demand and like where people spending their money and what to really focus on, right? So some people who like looking at this from like a perspective of, oh, this guy is the richest guy in the world, like why he has all these personal, because remember, once you can have that information, you can really see what a person doing.
Was he
right?
gonna get richer? Like,
But
what
the
do you want the
argument.
guy to do?
That's the argument.
He's already rich, so
That's the
I
argument.
don't think that's what's that gonna change for him right now. Like,
So if you really understand, it kind of can it play out so dangerous where, imagine this, right? Imagine when you ever see the social medias when like you're thinking about something and then or you're talking about something and then all of a sudden you see an advertisement for that thing.
yeah,
That's because of how specific and how accurate they're tracking you across the internet, right? So most people, I feel like what they probably have a problem with is him having that information to be able to like see people real spending, see people real movement, see people actions over to be able to strengthen his businesses and make it be a thing where people need it now. But I don't think he even care about, me personally don't think he cares about that for his businesses. But you have people out there who are just saying like, oh, like he wants a gridlock on the markets, right? And so it can play out in that way where people are just thinking that, yo, this guy just have too much things going on. Nobody elected this guy. Nobody like, he's nothing. Like he's not a president. He's not a vice president. People even asking, where's the Vance guy? Where is he?
the JD Vance guy.
Where is he? Like nobody even hear about this guy, right? And like they're basically saying Elon doing his job completely. You understand?
I don't think the Vance guy knew they were this intense.
I don't even
He
think
didn't
so.
know they were this serious.
I think, bro, to be honest, by the way how this going, Elon look like he's the vice president.
Yeah.
He's the actual vice president. And the Vance guy is just like, oh yeah, I'll just play the figurehead. Like
I think
crazy.
this is how Elon operates in all these companies. So he's very involved. He's going deep. He's not taking a back seat.
Yeah.
And he's actually gonna cut expenses the same way he did with Tesla. Same way he did with Twitter as well. As soon as things, he just did it very actionable from the start. Everybody get upset. Couple months later, oh, we're profitable. And everybody's like, oh, okay. Like they were mad. He was like, he cut 6,000 persons from Twitter. And then everyone was like, he can't do that. Twitter's gonna fail. Couple months later, oh, Twitter is profitable now. So just, it's fine. And everybody just forget how they were acting. Like right now, Twitter is profitable. Wow. And they're planning to take it back public. So it's like, yeah.
So they just turn around the entire thing.
Turn around, less workers. They don't need much advertisements anywhere, and they have a good subscription revenue as well. So,
wow, that's
it's back.
Crazy. So that argument just dead overall. Like that argument, it just dead, and like people can't even, they won't even see it. They won't even see it.
Yeah.
So I just see I just see these things, bro. Where Elon just like taking the same approach that he takes with his companies on this type of strategy, because it's the same thing. The country is a business. It's literally a business. It gets money in and it gets it out. So I see these things happening, and I'm just like, I can tell that none of these people have businesses. I can tell that none of these people even care about business. They're just like,
they're probably in debt too, just
they're
like the
just
government.
workers.
Yeah.
Bro, I just see this as like just something where you shouldn't be upset at this if you understand how business work. You shouldn't be upset at this if you actually care how this work. So me seeing this, I'm just like, okay, you guys never want to change anything. You guys like this spending, right?
They liked it. They
like
like the inflation. I think most people, they want to just complain about the situation they're in and not do anything about it. So it's easier to be like, oh, like everything is so expensive, I'm not making money, blah blah blah. But then when somebody says, okay, you can just like, you can work harder, you can study, you can stop watching so much stuff, you can stop spending so much money. No. I don't want to change anything. I just want to complain about it.
Really?
I don't want to get a new, think about it. Like, bro, I see this on a regular basis where it's like, all right, somebody say, oh, I want to learn about trading. Like, how much trading videos have you watched this week? Oh, none. How much trades have you made this week? None.
Doesn't care.
You're not doing anything to get you there, but you want to say that's what you want to do, or you want a little additional income from trading. No, you don't want that. You don't want
that. That is crazy. Bro, I see some of these people and I'm just like, man, you don't actually care about the thing for real. You're just saying you care about the thing. And most people just operate off whatever the most viral. But what I see Elon doing that's like the most craziest thing is just the new hires. You see the new hires?
Oh, well, big balls.
Yo, so what crazy
big balls.
dog, like, yo, what crazy is it, bro? There's a coin that went crazy with big balls. You see that?
No.
You don't see that?
No, that's your battlefield.
Yesterday we in the trenches, bro. Coin went stupid. Market cap leave from like 200K to 45 million in front our eyes, directly in front our eyes. And the big balls guy is the Edward Corestine, right? The Edward Corestine. So this guy is just like a young guy. I think he's about like 22 or 23, something like that. And these people are just who Elon chose. He actually chose these people overall. I've been looking into these guys, right? So I've been looking into these guys and I'm just like, wait, Elon was going to choose these people over whoever else there. And it makes so much sense because if you think about it, right? When a business, most people would have believed like when a business trying to hire new people, right? When a business trying to hire new people, you would believe that they would look for people with experience and they would look for people who have a knowledge of how these things work and how these things happen, right? So I really, the reason why I respect this guy so much is because his approach. He's telling you to your face, I do not want people with experience, right? Because if you have people with experience, what they do is they will bring the old habits back from where they were coming from to do it in this new establishment. So when people asking, why is he hiring like younger people? Why is he having younger people work in the government like that? It's because they don't have any old habits. They don't have any old habits from nowhere else. They change nothing, right? So they don't have anything to change, or they don't have anything to like to bring from wherever else. Everything that they're doing right now is a brand new work. So one of the new kid is Akash Boba. You see that guy? That guy.
Aren't they like engineers, young engineers?
They're engineers, bro. But what I'm saying is that they don't do government work. Like they have no experience in the government work and stuff like that. Like nobody groomed them from a long time and I say, hey, this is how you stash off the money over here, right? So there's none of that.
Make sure they get the money, make sure they get the kickback.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. So the Akash Baba guy, he's like a Indian guy and super smart, bro. Like this bro, this kid is super smart. This kid write code in his sleep. This kid have basically, so we can even show like he's like an Indian kid and skinny, just insanely smart. And sometimes I have to wonder like how Elon meet these people, bro. Like Where do they meet him? But I know that he was overwhelmed with applications when him select people should apply for this position, right?
Mhm.
Have you ever seen the job description for the Doge?
No. What's
So
that?
the job description for the Doge was underpaid, long hours, and like
You don't know
underpaid.
work.
Yeah,
You don't understand making
more
work,
work
bro.
than you can imagine. So look, okay, so the Akash Baba guy, he's 22 years old, engineer from India, and this guy is just beastly, bro, beastly. So if you understand how these people kind of make a name for themselves because they just totally just take over their home country and just make a name for themselves when it comes on to
He's
entrepreneurship.
Indian origin.
Yes.
He's not from India. He was
Well,
racist.
what you know what I mean?
Pig.
You know what I mean?
Pig.
You know what I mean, bro? If you look at this guy, all right, look at this guy and tell me he's not from India, please. Please look at him and
His
tell me he's not.
parents are probably from India, but I don't
Well,
think
that's
he's
true.
from India.
But if you look at this guy, any regular person might look at this guy and be like, "Yep, Paki, that's a Paki right there," like guaranteed. You know, so I can see these people, and I'm just like, that is cool that these people are just here. So the list that I see so far of the most like just the notorious guys are the Gavin Klinger, you have Luke Foritor, and then you have like Ethan Chartran. Bro, these names are just crazy. Thomas Shed, and then I think you have this other dude, and then you have the Gavin guy. Like, okay, yeah, we have those guys. So most of these people are the new hires, right? So these are the new hires of like what he will use to just shape what he actually wants to see. And to be honest, it's not even what he wants to see. I feel like most people just want to just not have like excess, exaggerated spending when it comes
Yeah.
on to that. Because most people, like, I don't even think they ever even care about this. Have you ever even heard about USAID before this? USAID before
No,
this?
to be honest, I've never.
Never heard. And then
No.
most people haven't either. Probably 99% of people have not heard about that, like that department until they shine light on that department, right? So when you see those lights shining on that thing specifically, you kind of have to ask yourself, right? Why was this happening? Why was nobody paying attention? And to be honest, nobody really cares truly. No, I don't think people really care truly. It's just that they just don't see a reason for those type of spending. When they
Yeah.
list out the things that they're spending on, even a person that don't even care can just say, "Hey, this unnecessary," right?
Even let's take a look at one of the spending videos. I think this guy was in Congress
Yeah.
and he was getting questioned, and he basically has to explain like what's this spending about.
Whoa. So that's
$1
what
million was spent for transgender. $1 million was spent for transgender animal testing.
No, keep it up.
Yes, and
Spin it,
that's,
spin
I
it.
would say, is the floor, not the ceiling, because the information on federal databases is pretty incomplete.
So you think we're going to find out that it was much more money than that for
Yes,
transgender animal testing?
yes.
Wow.
Can you describe what exactly the American people's taxpayer dollars were spent on regarding transgender animal testing?
Yeah, in a lot of these cases, they're involve mice, rats, monkeys who are being surgically mutilated and subjected to hormone therapies to mimic female to male or male to female gender transitions, gender affirming hormone therapies, and then looking at the biological, psychological, and physiological effects of the gender transitions, looking at the effects of taking vaccines after you've transitioned these animals from male to female or female to male, looking at the size of their genitals changing after you've put them on estrogen or testosterone therapies to transition them. And in the case that the chairwoman, the example the chairwoman gave, there was a $1.1 million grant to give female lab rats testosterone to mimic transgender male humans and then overdose them with this party drug to see if animals who were taking female animals taking testosterone were more likely to overdose on this sex party drug than animals who were not taking testosterone.
Mr. Goodman, are many of these taxpayer-funded animal studies shared with the public, or is there a significant oversight of this research?
You essentially needed a degree in information technology to navigate the federal spending databases to find any of this stuff.
So what you found is we're not being very transparent with what we're spending these funds on.
So when they say you need a degree in information technology, they're basically saying like, even if you saw it, you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, and to navigate the federal website is not like you have to search specific
For that.
to find what, or you're not gonna find it because there's millions of transactions. So you have to be like, you're looking exactly for that from that study, all
For that
that kind of
specific
stuff,
thing.
bro.
You're looking for
Yeah.
that specific thing. Well, and it's so crazy because you don't know what you don't know, right? So a person wouldn't even look for that because they don't even know that that's happening.
It's happening. Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
So most people wouldn't even care about that. And to be honest, when you think about 241 million, bro, it's just so many things that can be done. Like that could have even helped the LA fires. Like that could have helped all those direct things that affect Americans. So
Tons of things.
I know. So I see things like that, and I'm just like, bro, that is insane. But when it comes on to just navigating through that, today is what? Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl. So yeah, we actually have Elon spending $40 million
And what?
on just so apparently he's gonna show the world or everyone at the Super Bowl some of the things that the money has been spent on.
Whoa.
So
That's
he's
a
actually
play.
gonna
That's a crazy play.
So in front of everybody he's gonna do this.
That is so crazy.
So I just learned something that Elon Musk is spending $40 million on something. He's spending $40 million of his own money. You will not believe what he's spending $40 million of his own money on. He is purchasing 5 ads in the Super Bowl to expose the corruption that he's finding.
Wow.
5 ads in the Super Bowl. Can you believe that? He's
Really
spending
crazy.
$40 million to purchase 5 ads during the Super Bowl so he can expose the corruption that he's finding. This is what I voted for. We voted for change. We voted for Trump because we knew with Trump we would get change.
Wow.
Hallelujah. I've got a hair in front of my face.
That's insane. So
Yeah.
when does he show this? And when does it happen?
The Super Bowl is later, so you don't know. I don't know what spot he got, but Super Bowl spots are very important,
dog,
you know.
I definitely need to see that.
You need to
A
see
coin go crazy, bro. I just want to see the coin. I want the names, like the coin go crazy. I just know for a
Yeah,
fact,
you wilded.
bro. Whatever it is, I'm there. Like you have to be in the trenches to see these things. So it's just like it's just crazy. So I can't just bet. But I'm telling you, bro, it's just seeing this and seeing like how the corruption real and how people like hiding it. I really want to see that. I wish we could have shown it on here, but we kind of doing this super early today, so we probably won't even get a chance to even show you guys. That once we actually kind of see it, we probably can show it on next week's thing. But
Yeah.
what we're talking about in terms of like a coin go crazy is because whenever something viral happen, you have a coin that's made. And it's like, if you're not on that trend, if you're not on that end, like seeing that, you literally don't even understand. Generational wealth passed by you like nothing. Do you understand? Like
I genuinely believe a lot of those screenshots are fake.
on
I don't
Twitter,
know when you became such a gambling person. You're usually more of a long-term
Listen,
guy.
I
It's
am
kind of sad to
a
see
very
like this.
long-term person, but hear me out. Hear me out, okay? you notice whenever somebody makes money doing something, they just do more of that, right? And it's like, and it happened to so many people, especially like when you grow up. You see when you grow up, like when you make money in a specific way growing up. Say for instance, you're young. That's why most people who just work jobs their whole life, like they don't do anything else, it's hard for them to learn how to make money in a different way because their mind is so programmed to make you money this way. So it's just a thing of, I'm a very long-term person, but my mind is so open to a point where I'm not going to just see this thing happening and just not be a part of it, right? So when I see this happening, it's not like, oh my God, I'm just gonna devote my whole life into this. No. But I see it because I've actually made money from it before. So when I see how crypto go crazy and how it can actually be a life-changing scenario, I just see it too much time. You can't tell me that you can see something move from 200K market cap to 40M market cap. I ain't gonna be like, nope, I don't want no part of this. Not at all. Like
What's the percentage of these things are scams? If you were to put a percentage on it.
at least 80%, bro. At least 80%, or probably even more. Probably even 90%. Not gonna lie to you. But what crazy is when you're out. All right, remember, crypto used to be a thing where people used to say, oh no, this is the project we're launching for this utility purpose and all this thing, right? Crypto used to be that. And it used to be that where most people just straight up lying. They straight up saying like, we're releasing this project because it's going to help. And they put a bunch of buzzwords in there. And they put a bunch of little like big words that people can't really understand. So it looked more important than it is. But what happened is crypto just got so democratized when it comes on to like the release of pump fund and when you release of like websites like that. It just got so democratized so that anybody can actually go on there, make a coin and say, hey, this is a bullshit coin. This has no utility. It has no use. So you can actually look at it. It's just more widely accepted to a point where now people are strictly saying this don't have no purpose. This is just because this thing is going viral. And that happens so much times where people just accept it, bro. Like it's not like a thing where I don't have to read a bunch of paragraphs and be like, oh my gosh, this might actually be good for the future. No, we know it's not. We know it's not good for the future. We know it's because of a tweet. We know it's because of like a news report. We know it's because something went viral on TikTok. We know that's the reason. But what's the thing is, the thing that's actually mind-boggling is the liquidity in these things are real. So the narrative might be a bullshit narrative, but the liquidity real. So it's just like, it's like me and you right now, we make a bet, say, imagine we make a bet like, oh, I'm going to bet you $1,000 that I'm going to shoot this basket, shoot this ball in this basket, right? But that's just some imaginary thing that me and you just make up from scratch. But guess what? The $1,000 on the line is real. The liquidity is real. You see what I'm saying? So when you see those plays come in, it's just like somebody else can come in and bet that, oh no, I can bet you that this thing, this ball that you say you're going to throw for $1,000, it not gonna miss, it not gonna make it, or it gonna bounce off of this rail and it gonna go over there. And they say, I'll take $500 off that 1,000 if that actually happened. If I predict that thing that's gonna happen, if it actually happened, right? So now imagine if that third person that just joined the bet, imagine if that third person thing actually comes true. And then when his thing comes true, he now got a piece of the liquidity that we just made up. We just made it up from scratch. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, if you see this thing that's happening right now, I just don't think it's going to last forever. I don't think that they're going to make these type of money just run in the world. Before, this never possible. And it's like, I feel like you would just be like, it's like you're letting the opportunity slide if you're not like just saying, hey, I just want to grab a piece and then I go back to my life. I just want to grab a piece and I go back to my life. Or even if you don't want to grab a piece, learn the skill of it, right? Because, and then later on in this video, I want to show you guys certain skills. I'm going to show you guys how different things are when you actually learn a skill and actually realize how you can actually manipulate these things and you can actually use it for your own purposes. And it's not just within crypto, it's just within learning how financial markets operate overall, right? So it's not even just saying, okay, even if the crypto boom don't happen for a long time and it don't like stay for a long time, the reason why I feel like it can just make a lot of sense is because you understand that, okay, like this is how the markets work and this is what's happening. So first, because we're now on the topic of crypto, I really want to show you something. So when it comes on
At
to
that point, you would actually need a skill of trading, an executable edge, rather than just
you definitely
trying to have
will.
people to come in and buy because it's going viral versus a trading mechanism that you can actually use and execute on other assets, other equities versus, I don't know. My thing is just trying to go for a big swing versus
Yeah.
consistent hits every week, every day,
No, I
and
see a
not really
point.
knowing how it's
To be honest,
going.
it would be hard for me to justify that just trading in these type of markets is just like the most important thing a person can ever do. I don't think that's true, but what I can tell you for a fact, the money inside here is actually real. And the money inside here is, you think about it, if a homeless person if you're selling water, right? And you're selling water for $1 per bottle, and you have the rich people from up the hill come buy your water, and then you have a homeless people. I have the homeless people also come buy the water as well, and you're selling for $1. The rich person give you his $1. The homeless guy gave you his $1. Both of them are the same, because after those two sets of people leave, they're the same. So it never matter who gave you that money in the first place. What matters is you have it. So, and then once you have it, you really and truly you can do whatever you want with it. You know, you can do like something legitimate. You can do something where actually like long term that actually makes sense. Most people I see in crypto, they have real businesses. Most people I see who trade in these crypto markets, they have real businesses. They have real life things that's happening. And I say as well, where because these people are important people that's just in it, seeing what's happening, and they're like, yo, we won't let this slide.
Okay,
Yo,
so the money they're risking is not really money they need.
no, it's not really money you need, because money I risk in this market, say I risk $2,000 here, bro. If I risk $2,000, it's a $2,000 I know for a fact that like I could have done without, you know? I could have done without this, and then what can happen is I'm just getting a little piece of turning 2 soul into 20 soul, you know, and just seeing these things happen. I'm just like, all right, I know it's a gamble. I know it's like not the most like best thing you can do, but the money just real. So no matter who you get the money from, it's just real. So when I go on here, I would go on markets like these. I really use Bullex still. I actually use Bullex. I don't really use this one. But markets like this is when I actually you can see the narratives coming out. You can see the things that people are actually saying they're happening here. But right now I have a bunch of filters on, so you won't see like a lot going on. But the way a person might say this and they're super confused, they still don't even know what to even get, right? So I use this. There's like this, there's tools that people can use nowadays. Tools. So this is a Twitter tracker. So this tracks the biggest, most viralist things you can actually have on Twitter that most people are going to be like, oh, like they're going to release a coin for this. Or if you see something go viral and if you see somebody talking about something. So look, the Super Bowl happening right now. I can see all of the most viralist thing that's going to happen from the Super Bowl right now. And these are all feeds coming off Twitter that just, it optimized to show you what's totally going viral, right? So I would use this tool to spot out a new coin over here. And then if I see it moving, I would just go in. And then you can also go on let's just click on something random. I can actually go on here like this one pumping crazy, but you can't really look at that. The most things I look at is like holders, market cap, and just things like that. But what I really want to show you is something like this bot overall.
You can remove that. You can remove that thing there.
What, this?
Just close that. Just close that.
Close this?
Yep.
All right. So this here is the tool that most people using nowadays, right? So this tool is NovaBot. So using tools like this, and to be honest, I never really know how serious this is. Look how quick this dump. Okay, you can see that the dev sell. So you see, so you see the dev just sell. This just go dump in it. This dump and sell it. So this tool overall, it's on Telegram, right? Where you can see this Telegram tool, and you can see people actually using it. You can see when people actually, you can go in here, you can view your own token, you can actually have a private wallet and a private bot that's trading for you fast, super fast. So when I see things like this, I'm just like, this skill can transfer over into something else. And not only the skill, but it's just looking at how the playing field is. So say for instance, you're going here, I can see things like the dev just sold, the DS mean dev sold, and the dev is like the developer of the person who started the coin. And when I see things like this or how it happened, you see the exact play of what actually went down. But now it's just to learn like the buzzwords, learn like how people trade these markets and how people actually make money from this. If I never actually make money from this so many times, back to back, over and over, I just wouldn't really care. I wouldn't feel passionate about something like this. And then the fact that you're allowed to just do this, I always even have to ask myself, like, does the IRS even look into these things? Like, what happened when you just catch out this? Do people pay taxes on it? What really happened? What really take place?
Stop presenting.
So I don't know what actually take place when you can actually see that, okay, the people just pulling out 100 million, 100,000, 200,000, no taxes paid on that. Like, I see that as just something that probably won't last forever because the liquidity is just too much. The amount of liquidity people get too much.
In a bull market, everybody feels smart until the bull market ends, and then they're like, okay, maybe I wasn't as smart. Maybe all the strategies won't work as they did. But during a bull market, when everything is going up, you're gonna feel smart for sure.
All right,
until
so
the liquidity runs dry.
So this is why I feel like, because the narrative changed a lot when it comes on to crypto. So that is very true that in a bull market, a lot of people feel smart. A lot of people feel like they're doing this world changing thing. They have these strategies that's just working. And to be honest, the reason why I feel like the playing field change is because the narratives around why a coin pump these days, it's changed. It's not about people being interested or even about a bull market happening or whatever. This surpassed bull market. No, I don't think this, because things go viral year round. Things go viral year round. Year round, you have viralized things. So no, it's not even about being in a bull market or a bear market anymore. Because I feel like even after the so-called bull market escape, because of how it's happening now, I just feel like anything go viral nowadays. If somebody gets shot, if some more Black Lives Matter shit happen, if some other bullshit happen, there's going to be like a coin for it. And there's going to be something that's going to defy the odds of all viralized bull market, bear market initiative thing. So that's just why I feel like crypto is so special, because crypto is a thing that it does have a bull market and it does have a bear market. But because of the approach people taking when it comes down to these coins now, I just feel like that whole concept going to wipe out. What do you think?
You need liquidity for things to go up. So if people don't have money, things
Yeah.
are not going to go up. So you definitely need bull market conditions for shitty coins to go up. Like
Mm.
there is
But
no
what
doubt about it.
what causes a bull market is people having money, right?
Yeah.
So what determines the time frame of when people have money?
People can have money for, say, lower interest rates or the expectation that interest rates are going to go lower, especially in crypto. If people are putting money into Bitcoin through ETFs, that makes Bitcoin go up. Bitcoin is higher. People rehypothecate from Bitcoin into smaller coins.
Yeah.
So they're basically borrowing against Bitcoin to buy smaller coins, which pushes up that market. It's a lot, but I don't know, bro. It's just crazy seeing all this. This is no different than penny stocks or even ICOs. A lot of things that don't survive for long, but the fact that everybody can say, all right, clearly this is a scam,
Yep.
but I'm participating, it's no different than the lottery. But
I think it's very
it's
different
just,
than the lottery. I think it's very different
for
because
sure, there's a little chance of, there's more chance of you making money in this than the lottery.
than the lottery. Because
For
the
sure.
lottery, I think about how the lottery works. The lottery is just this guy spinning a drum with a bunch of balls in it and him calling a random one, right?
Yeah.
With crypto and the way how it's going now, it's not just random. You see the shit that go viral. You see it. The things that people talking about, you see them. It's just like the craziest meme, like a person dog, a person pet animal, Peanut the squirrel. Like those things aren't something that it can be like, oh my gosh, that's gonna die out or that thing is dead. Yeah, like the narrative or the little viralizing of it is viral for like a moment and then it just go back to normal. But what crazy is every single time something go viral, there's a coin for it. Every time. And when there's a coin for it, it's just it's hard for you to spot the end, or it's hard for you to say, oh, this is just a period of time, or this is just gonna last for like just a couple more months and then it dead out. I don't believe that because it just things just don't stop go viral. Like things go viral all the time. Like every day something more tragic happened. Last week the plane crashes happened. You had plane crash coin. Insane, exactly.
Man.
So it's just crazy. Like, yeah, those don't go to no crazy market cap, but it's just them happen. You understand? And then a person go make a coin for it, and it's just like, if people see it, if people resonate with it, and if Elon ever make the mistake and tweet about it, it done. Over. So
Yeah.
I see that stuff happening. I'm just like, I don't know. That's just weird.
I don't know.
But how you feel about
Over the
right now?
recent,
Yeah.
over the recent, I just haven't been. I don't like to see a lot of the Reddit. I don't like to see a lot of the behavior around these coins, a lot of the Reddit behavior, because a lot of people lose money and they kind of make it seem like, oh, it's fun to lose money. It's fun to get scammed. But then over the long period of time, it's like, all right, a lot of people lost a lot of money here. A lot of people went broke. A lot of people wasted their money here, wasted their time when they could have actually focused on something bigger, something more consistent. Versus, all right, some people actually lost like 10 years of their life trying to hit a big hit or a big swing.
Yes.
And Reddit is making it trendy or cool to do all of these things when it's like, all right, this is not trading. This is not what people should be doing overall. But it's people with money that's doing it with money they can waste. Like you have money, so you just burn some of this money. But then you also tell somebody who is like, all right, this is somebody last $500. You just made $500 today. You made $500 today, and you're like, you just put in that, you make a call, you just get another business transaction.
Yeah.
You just rent a car or something. You make that money back like nothing. They don't know that. They're like, all right, this is my last $500. Let me hit this lick that Quan just told me to hit right now.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can,
Quan
man.
lose $500. Nothing to him.
No
Him,
biggie.
he just that's a
It
mod
wrecked.
for this guy.
Wrecked.
Wrecked. That's
It
what
wrecked.
I don't like to see that, bro. I don't like to
Yo,
see that.
that's just crazy still. But that's one thing that I really want. I feel like I really want to focus a lot on that. And I feel like in order to give people value, where like that really watch this channel, is just showing people different approaches they can take to make money and different approaches they can take to like have like long-term things. Because yeah, we hear talking about crypto, yeah, we hear, bro, I know we hear talking about crypto, but we do long-term things, you know that, like we
Yeah.
really do long-term things and we do things that stick, right? So
So they
I
might
feel,
see you like risking all this money and shit, but they don't
yeah.
know that like you have a whole solid business on the back end. Like you're doing numbers on the
Right.
side regardless.
So
Not only
I
that,
look
you're
at
doing
that.
other things.
So that's the thing that I look at, where that can happen like that. And I just feel like if we start focus on showing people the strategies that they can use to actually be able to take these risks as well. Because I feel like, you know how Netflix make money, right? On their subscription model. I just feel like in this day and age, every person should have a subscription model that's coming to them, right? And if you don't have that subscription model coming directly to your pocket, you you're gonna always be like working for money, and then it go finish, and then you go start work again, and then it go finish, and then you have to go work it again. And it's just,
Mhm.
if you don't develop that subscription income coming in, if you don't just find something that develop that long-term thing that just continuously pays whether you work or not, it's detached from your time, right? If you don't have that going on, then I just feel like doing things like this gonna always be harder. Taking certain risks gonna always be harder. Just playing certain games just always gonna be harder, because one of the reasons why I can't take certain risks is just like what you said, is because I have the subscription model coming in. It's gonna come in, and when it come in, it's just okay. I lose the 2 bills. All right, I have 2 bills coming again. I lose the 3 bills.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 bills coming again. And those things happen. But my problem right now is, because I don't want to like be here talking like I figure it out and like I'm this perfect guy. No. My problem is having it scale to a point where, yeah, you make 10K a month, 20K a month, having that scale to like 100K a month consistent, 150K a month consistent, having that subscription model. And don't get me wrong, like I know you probably hear these figures and you probably be like, oh no, like I can never do that. It just take one product and it take one thing that a person need. Because if you look at what you do as a consumer, right? You be paying for your Netflix, you be paying for whatever else people pay for. What people pay for? Like people pay for, I only can't use Netflix because people pay for Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, whatever else you pay for, and those come on your paycheck, and it's like nothing to you because they'd be like, oh no, it's just $7 a month. Oh no, it's just $8 a month. It's no big deal. You as a person should have your own $7 or $8 a month thing running for people. And if you don't have that thing running, then what can happen is you're gonna always be in the situation where you think that the world unfair, you think that things unfair, but you don't understand. People are just playing games. When you see people risk certain money, the cash flow that coming in from that, it just stupid. It just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I just see that as a thing where, okay, you get that on a vibe, you get that going, it's over. But that's just how I see it overall. But like what I see happening when it comes on to talking about cash flow disruption, right? You see how the tariffs doing companies like Timo and Sheen. You see that?
Oh, in terms of not being allowed to ship to the US.
Well, they're allowed. It's just that their products are more expensive now. So when people shopping
Oh,
on
really?
Timo, yeah, like it's not like him ban those things, him not ban those things, but if you understand, The only reason why Sheen business model work, the only reason why that business model did ever work, ever at all, was because there was no tariffs. The tariffs weren't like crazy. They were basically non-existent. There were tariffs, but they were just non-existent. There was just nothing, right? And then this is why you can buy, you would see Temu giving some ridiculous deals. You can buy shoes on there, $10, $5, and whatever, and then it's shipped to you, right? Because you're technically just paying for shipping. You're just paying to get it in. So right now, anybody who shop on websites like Shein or Temu, you can literally look for like an increase in that price just going in the next couple of weeks because of just what happening with the tariffs and just what happening with how like Trump just making it a thing where like China have to pay to pay more to ship into the US. So if that, when you see that, it gonna start make sense to you, because most of the times I usually see like Temu doing their thing and stuff, and I'm just like, yo, this can't real. $8 for this car. like, that don't even make sense. You see the most expensive things, you see like a watch, you see like real appliances, $20. Not real. Those things crazy. So just look on reality coming back in play right now once those things take place. And the moment I see those things, you know that okay, this legit now, this realistic. Because like I don't know, I just see
you
people
buy from
making-
Temu and Shein a lot?
No, but I bought from Shein before. I don't think I ever bought from Temu, but I bought from Shein before. And I don't know, I don't like the product. The product, it's just bullshit. I can just tell.
I think if you're not like a large scale consumer, these things don't hit you like that. Like,
Yeah,
probably you need to save your money a little. If these things affecting you so much, stop
Yeah.
buying so much shit, bro.
Stop
Save
buying
your
bullshit
money,
on
buy
shit.
some stocks.
Bro, people
Bro.
won't buy no stocks, bro. Like they won't buy no stocks. Like majority of people, they're just gonna see the money pumping and they're gonna be like, nope, not for me, stocks not for me. But then they just go buy some freaking bullshit. Like, right, they just buy some liability bullshit. You buy a new flat screen TV, you buy a new bullshit. You'll get this add-on that they're telling you about. Bullshit. So I just see this as I just see this as a thing where it's just not gonna happen. Like, but I just don't know. I just don't know how some of these things play out, and I just don't know the approach that most people gonna have when it comes on to just changing their shopping habits and changing like how they actually spend their money. Because the whole point of these tariffs is to just keep the money within the US, like keeping US business happening afloat. And then when I see this happening, it's just like people are mad. They're pissed off. They're like, oh no, we don't want to buy the US thing. I like this China thing.
Yeah.
But you don't get me wrong, still, you know, like you see, because most US companies they optimize for money so much and their bottom line so much that when they optimize for bottom line profit so much, it just stop makes sense to the average person. It stopped. Completely stopped. Because why would I buy this thing from you guys when China have it for the same, like way less?
Yeah.
The only thing I just have to wait longer. You understand? But because the US business is optimized for profit so much, and to be honest, you can't even blame them, because if you think about it, the Chinese people, like they're doing freaking what the work hours schedule they have in there.
I'm not even sure.
They have some crazy work schedule time there, and like a regular American person, they're gonna be like, oh no, 9 to 5, that's it. I don't do anything else. Like
No,
I don't do
I'm
anything
going
else.
home.
I need my vacation. I need my work from home thing. I need this.
I'm suing you.
Yeah. Or else I'm
suing you.
Or else I'm
You're
suing.
working me too hard right now.
Working me too hard. You can't do this shit. 40 hours. Nope. Can't do that. I have things to go. I have to go to the game. I have to play at this thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So I see these things and I'm just like, bro, I'm just not. I'll buy the China thing. Okay? Like I'll buy the China thing, bro. Like
Well,
So yeah, so that's why I see that as just a thing where it's just hard to like it hard to force people into spending because now that the tariffs in place, that's technically forcing people to develop new spending habits. Still,
yes,
I
yes.
see some of these memes when it comes on to Canada because of the tariffs come on board. When you see people saying, "Oh no, I want the Canadian thing. I know I want the US thing because the Canadian thing too expensive." Like you see that?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. That's crazy. I see that thing as just something that I don't know. It's hard. What's the other topic you say? Like I see something here about Jailstool Coin. Like what the hell is that?
You didn't see that? I thought you were in the trenches, man.
Nah, bro. I'm in the
Uh,
trenches. I'm in the deep trenches. That sound like something like viral. If that go viral already, then I probably wouldn't know.
Yeah. So this is the guy that did Barstool Sports. He released his coin.
Whoa. When?
Yeah. I can't believe you didn't see that. That happened last night.
Like
He released his coin. It went from I don't know what do you call it, 0.000 some shit to
man.
0.17. You
I
you
keep
don't
missing
be
these
looking at
life
the
changing coins, bro.
let
The fuck,
me see
bro?
if I can go on it. Market cap.
Dog, I'm gonna
Coin
like
market cap, Jailstool.
damn. You know, I haven't even used this site, and so I haven't used this
Too
site in so
mainstream for
long.
you. Too mainstream.
Yeah, too mainstream, bro. This is very mainstream. You understand? Dog
Went from
went stupid. What's the market cap at that point? What was the market cap at that point?
I
Wait,
don't know.
where can see it? Oh, wait, yeah, scroll down there. You think at 122 million? Ah, 122
Yo,
million
you
market cap.
wilded, bro.
Release when? Yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah. And
Dog,
the
you
guy
think,
was
all right.
saying how he's holding and stuff.
So they show the distribution. Did he show like a distribution chart of who's holding, how much
Nah.
they're holding? Because that's the thing, a lot of these people don't even realize, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, look at
This is him.
Mario. Papa Mario. Like, look at that. Invest at your own risk, my friend. Jailstool. Why did he call it that, though? I wonder why he called it that.
He's Tool Presidente. And I guess they were saying if he releases a coin, he's going to jail. So I guess he was
That's crazy.
just kind of
Barstool.
making fun of that.
I mean, you only go to jail when you're really rogue, like, and a lot of people get affected. So, say for instance, this was a guy with like distribution 80% of all the coins, and then if he sells his bag, that would be crazy. That would be crazy because if he sells his bag, then that means everybody get rogue underneath, and then it probably goes stupid. Oh man, bro! Tonight I'm going to do 2 hours in the trenches. Facts. 2 hours.
Hours
2
in the
hours
trenches.
in the trenches, deep in there. Cause look at that, up 200 plus.
This stuff is wild. So it was what 0.003.
Yep,
But now
Yep.
it's at 0.1.
bro. I can't. I said these things stress me out because you know why it stressed me out so much. The reason why this stressed me out so much is because you are one button click away from changing your life. One. Like, I don't think you understand. If you have 2 souls in your wallet, just 2 souls, and you bought this, life changing them. Life changing them. You pay everything back. Every debt you're in, you pay it off. Everything you're doing, you're paying it off. And that's just insane. Look at that. 57 million Jailstool. You just need 2 million of that. That's it. Life change. Life change, like just right there. Wait, well, hold on. Like, let me see. Hey, Crypto Bros, I think whoever made this coin is funny. I want to collect it as a memory of you bitches we're crying like little babies. I may dump it eventually and let y'all righteous losers dump on each other. Oh my God. Oh my God. You see this? You see this? Imagine if the SEC see this shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just wilding. So I see this like
Yeah.
just like a crazy thing that's just happening. And I don't know. I look at this like a crazy play. Do we have any more topics?
So this just came out like at 5. So Trump will announce 25% tariffs on steel, aluminum Monday.
Wow.
And I think China did a rebuttal saying they're gonna tariff the US back on their vehicles. Something like that.
That's what, Japan or China?
China. So China counters Trump tariffs. 15% tariffs on coal and liquid natural gas, 10% on crude oil, farm equipment, trucks.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
50%. Whoa. So that's just like a response for US tariffs.
Oh, US energy and vehicles. Here we go.
Energy and vehicles. I mean, that's insane. So I can say that. I don't think there's any Chinese vehicle in America, right?
No, they're not. They're not allowed.
Not allowed. But
Well, we have BYD trucks and buses, but they
yeah, I
don't
know the
really allow
BYD.
the vehicles. Yeah.
Oh, so it's just the competitive ones. The competitive
I'm not
ones.
sure. People are saying they don't meet the safety standards, but I'm not sure how true that is.
I know, bro. I see some of them. It's so crazy because like something just telling me, you ever have the feeling like China more technologically advanced than the US?
No, I don't. Not so much.
So you don't like
Yeah,
you don't
you
get
have that.
signs of that? You ever get signs of that?
No, I haven't been to China.
No, I haven't been to China either, but like when you look at some of their technology, like you understand, like do you ever see like, oh my gosh, the US making a big deal out of this new technology, but the China been had it. China been had it. You understand?
No, you'd have to give me an example.
Well, most example is just the cars, right? The most advanced electric cars we probably have here are like Teslas and like the Rivian, right? That's probably the most advanced
Mhm.
ones. China have some crazy advanced things, bro. When it comes up,
BYDs.
yeah, they have BYDs, but you have some other just random electric companies that these guys they just do some crazy things. Like the car itself, you have so much more features than what a Tesla can have. You have so much
Mhm.
more use cases, so much more utilities. Like it's just what you would get a luxury car here for, the features you would get in a luxury car or like a super luxury expensive car is the same features you would just get in a regular electric car from China, like it's just normal. So sometimes when I see things like this, I'm just like, bro, will you is China just secretly more tech advanced and they just not really they're just being humble about it? Because when you look at the technology that come out of China itself, the TikTok, right? You just look at just TikTok overall. Every single idea TikTok had was copied by American companies.
Mhm.
And when I look at that, I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. So look at that. Look at those ones. That guy looked like Elon at the top right there. No, it's what I thought about. This the type
Big
shit.
fear.
It's just a regular Chinese thing. You know what I'm saying? That's just a car doing crab walking, bro. It don't even make sense.
Yeah, it's crazy for real.
It don't even make sense. But this is the stuff I'm saying, bro. Like, do you feel like these people are just secretly more advanced than like America? And they just don't even really, they don't, because all right, just look at the facts. Like the TikTok just copied. Meta copied them. Every single platform copied them. That basically just, and it's all the same tools that you can use on TikTok. It's all the same things that TikTok basically offer.
你以为这样更好？
Look at this. Nah.
That's what you
Nah,
need.
bro. Like, that's just insane. That's just insane. And this is a normal Chinese car, just a normal supercar doing its thing, jumping off the road, tripping. So I see that as like
最大扭曲。
it's a sign to me. I look at this as like a sign to me when I can look at these direct technologies and you can be like, oh shit, these are disruptors. If this should come to America, more people would buy that just to flex. It's not even about what it
Yeah.
can do. It's just to say I have this thing.
Yeah.
So to me, that's insane. But I think before we end, do you have any more topics? We shoot past the hour.
Sure. I don't know. Did you see where the Japan is gonna invest 1 trillion into the US?
No, 1 trillion.
That could be the 1 trillion from
1 trillion for
Japan.
AI.
He didn't really say. Let me show you.
Has to be.
Also, with the inauguration of President Trump, the momentum for Japanese companies to invest in the United States is growing even stronger. Today, I conveyed my willingness to cooperate together to elevate Japan's investment in the United States to an unprecedented amount of $1 trillion. President Trump and myself also concurred to elevate the Japan-U.S. partnership to an even higher level through improving business environment and increasing bilateral investment and employment, strengthening each other's industries, leading the world in developing advanced technologies such as AI and leading-edge semiconductors, and strongly promoting efforts to harness the energy of the growing market in the Indo-Pacific. Also,
Make
with
deals.
the inauguration.
I make deals all day.
That's insane,
Deals.
bro.
I just make deals.
Trump's work ethic is just insane. I just don't even think people get how crazy it is. This guy can just stand up through some long talking, through some long deal making, and him just focused. I'm just
He goes
wondering,
hard.
like, I genuinely feel like if this guy released like just an autobiography of him entire thing on productivity habits and stuff like that, viral. That should be crazy.
Sure.
That should be insane. I would love to see that, because one person just doing so many things, it's just insane, man.
Yeah,
But I
bro.
said it, but like, how do we navigate things like that when you see, how you think that might affect like the US overall, seeing like a $1 trillion influx?
That's good. That's liquidity. That will make markets go up. I'm not sure what sectors
You just said AI.
specifically would benefit. He
You
just said AI.
AI and semiconductors.
Okay, so
So I see those things, but and then even if him actually attack those type of markets, think about what will happen. The same companies, same stocks, every company that embrace or adapting AI. I just want to know where that type of money go. Where does it go? What does it do? Because them say, okay, yeah, we're gonna invest this money. Like, I don't know what it does. You know, you just see these things as just like a play. But anyways, but I love when you guys sit
alrighty.
through this every week. I love when you guys sit through our podcast every week. I really appreciate it. And next week, I really want to show you guys exactly what I said before in terms of real business strategies, real business models that you can actually have subscription from. And we go and just lay these out on the table. I have like a current list right now. I have an insane list of just business ideas that you can apply the subscription model at. And then if you're willing to do it, it's because me personally, I can't do all of them, right? So just sharing them with you guys, I promise there's one that you probably can do, and just seeing how it affect you guys, just let us know how that works, right? But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Right. Bye-bye.